What is up, guys? Shoquafina here, coming at you with my PML D-League draft analysis video for Season 1. Of course, I am your coach of the Lake Huron Lanturns, and I'm going to show you guys every Pokemon that I picked in the draft and how I expect them to be running together this season. Now, I drafted 4th overall, which is good, because it means I can get the Pokemon that I wanted, more than likely. And I was able to snag up Puff Daddy, our Mega Altaria here, which is just a very good Pokemon. I've played with this thing plenty of times. I know how it runs. I know that it gets crazy coverage moves like Ice Beam, Fire Blast. The Pixelate ability is absolutely amazing there as well. Natural Cure, in case you want to switch in on like a Toxic or something before we Mega Evolve. And then we can Mega Evolve, or then we can switch out, come back in, and then I won't be poisoned anymore, obviously. This thing has the stats to be run as a physical attacker. It can be run as a special attacker. It can even be run defensively with this beastly 110 defense, 105 special defense stat, and with moves like Cotton Guard, you know, Heal Bell, stuff like that. It can be a just really bulky cleric, and it can come in handy, especially because that means my opponent's not going to know which Altaria I'm bringing every week, which is good because in a draft league format, you want something that's not going to be expected. You want something that's not going to be the same thing every single week, especially with your first round pick and the Pokemon that you're potentially going to be drafting a team around. But yeah, like I said, physical attacker, special attacker. It can be run as a cleric. It can even be run as support with things like Tailwind, Perish Song, if you want to send this in as a last resort Pokemon at the end there. It gets things like Hone Claws, although I don't really think there's anything that you can really capitalize on with Hone Claws. Oh well. You D-Dance Sweeper. There's so many possibilities with this thing. And of course the Pixelate ability, you can go just for beastly double edges. You can go with the Body Slams for para hacks. The Hyper Voice, Hyper Beam, Frustration, Return. Facade is really good on this. It gets EQ. Just such a good mon. I absolutely love Puff Daddy. Captain of the team right here, 100%, and I look forward to using it. The only thing that really hinders it is it's kind of low speed stat here with 80, but I'm not too worried about that. Like I said, it gets Tailwind, and I have other ways, Tailwind and D-Dance, and I have other ways on the team to make sure that this 80 speed stat isn't the worst thing in the world either. But other than the speed stat, the one bad thing about Altaria is the weaknesses. It has 4 weaknesses, if I'm not mistaken: Fairy, Ice, Poison, and Steel. Yeah, so I needed a Pokemon in round 2 that just really helped out with all those weaknesses. That was able to wall for Altaria if I needed to switch out and knew there's a special, or super effective move coming on. So I picked up Heatran. PML's Reckoning, my little Bane dog here. A lot of people were saying that they don't really like Heatran just because of the 4 times ground weakness, and I mean, I get that because Earthquake is a big move that's used on a lot of teams, but I mean, look at these stats. Just look at these stats, and he fits perfectly with Mega Altaria. I'd be stupid not to pick up Heatran here, just because of how well he fits with Mega Altaria. Everything that Altaria is weak to, this thing either quad resists or is immune. It's crazy. And 130 special attack, that's phenomenal. 90 base attack, I mean, you're not going to be using regular attacking moves, physical attacking moves with this thing very often, but you could surprise somebody with 90 base attack. 91 HP, not the worst. 106 on both defenses, that's still pretty good. And 77 on the speed, so if you want to slap a Choice Scarf on this thing and even have it, you know, kind of surprise people, that might get the job done. This thing gets Stealth Rock, Earth Power for coverage. Of course, all the fire moves that you'd expect from a fire type with ability Flash Fire, you know, boost those fire type moves up. Flash Cannon for stab, you know, you have all the hidden powers your heart can desire. You go Rest Talk, you get the Rock Slide here, Stone Edge. So yeah, this thing gets Edgequake, so you can use that to your advantage if you wanted to go on that 90 base attack. But you know, Iron Head if you want to try and flinch people. Will-O-Wisp even, Taunt, very good. Like I said, Rest Talk, Roar to roar some mons out, set up Stealth Rock, roar them out. Put this thing on a balloon, it's going to be pretty great. Crunch, Dark Pulse for coverage. Explosion even, because why not, I guess. I don't really know why you'd run a Facade, because the only thing that's really gonna be bugging him status-wise is paralysis, because he can't get poisoned because of the steel typing, and he can't get burned because of the fire typing. So, but yeah, that's Heatran. I mean, it's not quite one-dimensional. I mean, it's probably gonna be running very similar sets each and every week because of what I need it to do. But I mean, if I want to get a little cheeky with it, like I said, I can throw a Scarf on there. I can make this thing set on a balloon, 4 attacks. You know, it could be a Stealth Rocker 1 week. It is a fairly versatile mon, not as versatile as Mega Altaria here, but it will get the job done. And I'm very, very happy that I was able to pick up a little pink guy here. Up next in the draft is my Tier 2. I didn't draft this 3rd overall. I probably could have though, because it's a very, very good Pokemon. But I decided to pick up our Petey. Scolipede here. Speed boost ability. And that works very, very well in this format because we can pass speed plus 1 other stat here. So I can Swords Dance up, Baton Pass if I want to sit on like a Focus Sash or something. You know, Swords Dance first turn, or even like Protect first turn. So Protect first turn, nothing happens. SD next turn, Protect the 3rd turn, and Baton Pass out. Because I will be outspeeding everything, barring priority. So I can Baton Pass a +2 in attack and a +2 in speed out to like my Mega Altaria, and suddenly that 80 speed is just crazy high because of the 2 speed boosts here by Scolipede. And then really I can run 4 attacks on this thing. I could run 4 attacks on this thing here, or not this thing, excuse me. I can run 4 attacks on this thing and then pass the stats with this, so I wouldn't even have to run D-Dance. I wouldn't have to run Tailwind or anything like that in order to get the boosts with Mega Altaria. I can do that all with just Scolipede. So very, very, very good Pokemon. Has so much coverage. Aqua Tail here. It gets Earthquake. It gets Rock Slide. You know, Mega Horn, Poison Jab for coverage. Gyro Ball. I don't know why I run Gyro Ball, considering this thing is incredibly fast. But yeah, this also gives me access to a higher speed tier, which I needed with, you know, 77 base speed with Heatran and 80 base speed with Mega Altaria. So yeah, things like Spikes, Toxic Spikes, Superpower. You can run X-Scissor if you think Mega Horn might not be reliable because of the accuracy on it. Yeah, so pretty good coverage here. Pursuit even. Pursuit, it's always nice to have a Pursuit Trapper, especially in League format. Facade. Very, very good. If you wanted to go Agility, I don't know why you'd go Agility since you have the Speed Boost ability, but you can run Defensive Set, I suppose. Poison Point, Agility, Baton Pass. Let's go. Let's go. It's gonna happen someday. I'm calling it right now. But yeah, this thing's pretty good. It gave me a higher speed tier, which I needed because of these 2 guys here. It also gave me a way to pass stats to Mega Altaria, which is very good as well. And I can also run Physical Heatran if I bring Baton Pass, Swords Dance, Petey. Pass those to Heatran, Edgequake. It's over. If you get bopped by Physical Heatran, then you should come back. You should not just come back. But this is actually my round 3 pick, and this is my tier 3 pick as well. So I went Mega Altaria, Heatran, and then I went down to Crobat. I wanted something that could fly or had Levitate, so I wouldn't have to deal with this thing's 4 times ground weakness, because that's the only thing really holding this thing back. But yeah, it's very good Pokemon. Again, very high speed tier, 130 base speed. See, this thing was only 112. This is one of the fastest mons in the game, especially in this format, and that's just phenomenal. I mean, look at this. We make this thing jolly. 394, are you kidding me? What's coming close to this thing? Like, this thing outspeeds Priority. It doesn't really outspeed Priority, but, I mean, it's so fast it probably should. But yeah, jolly on this thing, max speed. There's nothing outspeeding this. Absolutely not. It's so good. It can be run physical. I've even seen special Crobat. It gets access to Nasty Plot. You know, all those hidden powers. You have, you know, Heat Wave, Giga Drain. Why wouldn't you run special if you could? Shadow Ball, Sludge Bomb. It has a ton of coverage. U-Turn's great. It gets X-Scissors, Zen Headbutt, Whirlwind. You can run it with, again, another Tailwind user, Taunt, Super Fang. It can be run bulky. Acrobatics here, so you have to get knocked off. Brave Bird. Banded Brave Bird just hurts everything it comes in contact with. It'll wreck shop. Banded Brave Bird just kills things, especially if I pass a Baton Pass Swords Dance from Petey to Pinky. that will kill everything. It will one-shot pretty much everything on my opponent's side of the field. Just Bandit, Brave Bird, done. And I don't really need to run all that much speed investment because this thing's so fast. Like, I just put 128 into it, bump it halfway up, 360 speed. That's it. That's all I'm going to need. So, very versatile mon. It gets defog. It just gives me a lot of things that I needed in a Pokemon. I needed something that was immune to ground. I have it. I needed something in a very high speed tier. I have it. I need something that can defog. I have it. I need something that can be extremely physical and just destroy things like a wall breaker. I have it. Very versatile. Again, like my other two of my other 3 picks here, because this is kind of a, well, I won't say one trick pony. It's kind of 2, because you can run this thing Life Orb and it's still gonna wreck shop with all the coverage it gets. But you can pretty much guess what Scolipede is gonna do if you see it from Team Preview. But like these 2 Pokemon here, you don't know if this is gonna be run special, physical, or a cleric. You don't know if this is gonna be a stealth rocker, bulky, or if it's going to be some kind of scarf variant, and you don't know if this is going to be a bulky defogger or if it's going to be banded and wreck your face. So a lot of different things for this. Very happy I was able to pick it up. I might have got it a little bit too early because, like I said, I got it in the 3rd round, but I absolutely love Crobat. One of my favorite Pokemon of all time, easily in top 5. My favorite gen is Gen 2, and this thing was my 2nd favorite from Gen 2, right behind Lanturns. So I'm very excited to pick up Pinky. And then a bit later on in the draft, for my tier 4, I decided to pick up Flygon because I wanted something else that could come in and defog and get rid of rocks and stuff like that, other than Crobat, because I want Crobat to be a physical beast when it has to be. So I wanted something I could also bring in Levitate, so it gives me another ground immunity for Heatran. We got Aviator here. What's your shiny look like? I don't know if I know. No, that's ugly. We're going with that. But yeah, this thing. Not bad stats, not bad on the stats. 100 attack, that's pretty good. 100 speed, so it gives me another decent speed tier Pokemon that speed ties with, you know, your Mews and Victinis, all your other Pixie Pokemon, so that's good. 80s everywhere else, so that's not really that bad. This thing can be run physical or special. Can also be run as a defensive mon. Like I said, Defog on there. Very common set that I've been seeing quite a bit, like Defog, U-turn, maybe Tailwind on there. That'll do very, very well for me. Then Slap, you know, Dragon Claw, or Earthquake, or Outrage, or, you know, any stab move. And this is going to be really good mon. It gets Boom Burst, but that's going to be unnecessary, especially when I show you one of my later mons I picked up. It gets Elemental Punches. You got the Fire Punch here. It's pretty good. I mean, there's definitely better Pokemon. You know, it has reliable recovery with Roost. Definitely better Pokemon out there. But for Tier 4, I absolutely love Flygon. For Tier 4, I love Flygon. Edgequake again. You know, we get the Hone Claws for the Stone Edge. I think it's fairly underrated. I mean, it gets outshined far and away by something like Garchomp with the same typing. But it can be used pretty versatile as well as, you know, a lot of the other mons on my team. Like that's what I want to do with my draft. Pick something where people say, okay, that could be this or this. So I don't know how to prepare for that, because if I guess the wrong thing, this could really hurt me. You put a Scarf on this thing, it's going to be outspeeding so many Pokemon. You put a Band on this thing, it's going to be hurting so many Pokemon. You know, Bug Buzz, Crunch. Like I said, you can run it physical or special. You can run it mixed if you want to do that. Put a Life Orb on it. Why not? Heat Wave again. All these fire attacks. Hidden powers. So yeah, I really like Flygon. It's probably my favorite Gen 3 Pokemon. I need another defogger, take some of the pressure off Crobat, like I said. So I was really happy I was able to pick this up. And of course, I got Top Kick. Top Kick, my boy. You're gonna be shiny. I like the blue. But look at the special defense. Look at that special defense. 120 special defense. That's actually really good. I know its HP is junk, but 60 with 120 special defense, I can make it work. I'm just general nature. I don't care. I can definitely make that work. It's obviously not going to be like a special wall by any means, but the fact that it also gets the protein ability is great. This thing would be a good lead. It also gets Stealth Rocks, takes some of the pressure off Heatran there. So it could be a very, very good lead with things like Fake Out and Gets Shadow Sneak. Where's Shadow Sneak? So Fake Out, Shadow Sneak, Stealth Rock. It gets Trick, T-Wave, Elemental Punches. It gets Sucker Punch. So this thing gets a lot of priority. And with Protein, you can fake someone out. They can send it like a fighting type, like, okay, it's a normal type, I'm gonna bop it in the head. No, Shadow Sneak it. Now you're immune to other fighting type attacks. You know, keep people guessing. Gets Knockoff. I love Knockoff, one of the best moves in the game. Power Up Punch if you want to be cheeky on someone that you know is going to be switching out. Foul Play if you're going up against something with a much higher physical attack, which is probably going to happen considering this thing has 90 physical attack. But I feel like I'm creative enough with some of my sets that I'll be able to use Kecleon and actually use him well instead of just sending him out there to die or just not bringing him at all. I can see myself bringing him a few times, but he's a tier 6, you know, or he's tier 5. Tier 5? Yeah, he's tier 5. So, I mean, a lot of tier 5s aren't going to be getting used anyway. So that's just kind of how that was. I need another Stealth Rocker. Protein is great. This thing has a lot of priority. Fake Out, Shadow Sneak, Sucker Punch, like that's a ton. So Kecleon definitely I think was a good addition to the team. It might be a little surprising if I bring him one week and someone didn't prepare for him, because I feel like he'll be able to put in a little bit of work if I give him the right set for a certain team. But yeah, that's the first 6. We had 11 Pokemon, so I'm moving on to, I don't know why I jumped all the way out. I'm moving on to the remaining 5 here. Here we have H2 Olga, Vaporeon. This is my second tier 3 that I picked up. I picked up 3 tier 3s altogether. But Vaporeon is, in my opinion, the best Scald switch-in the game. Obviously, Bulky Water, the Water Absorb ability. I could run, you know, Hydration for Rain Dance or whatever. And just eat those Scalds that are going to be really hurting the rest of my team, because I have a lot of physical attackers on the team. I don't want things like Scolipede getting burned. I don't want my Crobat getting burned, Megaloteria. So I bring this with me, eat those Scalds. You know, Ice Beam, Scald myself. You know, gets access to Shadow Ball, Signal Beam, Toxic. This thing is huge on Wish Passing because the base 130 HP. I bring this all the way up. Look at this HP stat. 464 on the HP. That's nuts. That's insane. I could do this. And it's going to be a special wall because of how much HP this thing has. It's so good. I love this Pokemon. Here, I could even run this. Run this Calm. Like, look at this. No investment. Just give it a Calm Nature. 319 on the special attack. 464 on the HP. And 248 on the special defense. That's going to be not that bad, especially since we have this high HP. Wish, Baton Pass into anything, and it's going to get a ton of HP back. It's such a good Pokemon. I love Vaporeon, especially when you go make it the shiny. I like purple. Purple's my favorite color, so yeah, I mean, this is kind of a one-trick pony here. You know, you have the Wish, the Protect, the Scald, Ice Beam, or Baton Pass, Heal Bell. So this makes a very, very good Cleric. You know, I might bring Quick Attack. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's put the Shadow Ball on there. Of course, Scald, one of the best moves in the game. I can't bring that up enough. We have Vaporeon, very, very good. I needed something like that to support the rest of my team with, you know, Cleric and just a good Scald switching, because I really didn't have one of those before. But my last tier 3, Alicia Keys, hitting them bars right here. Look at this. Beautiful, beautiful. Prankster ability is phenomenal. It's one of my favorite abilities in the game. You know, Prankster T-Wave, Prankster Spikes. I could rest Sleep Talk, because that is technically Prankster as well, so I'll get to go before anybody. Switcheroo, you know, I could switch around to Toxcorp, since this thing can't get Toxic Poison because it's a Steel type, so I could Switcheroo with Toxcorp after hanging on to it for 6 turns, and then surprise something by poisoning it, you know. Or I could just run Toxic, that works too, but yeah, it's not as fun. Hidden powers, we can do Prankster Calm Mind into like a Stab Dazzling Gleam or Flash Cannon. Foul Play is really good on this mon as well. I get dual screens, Magic Coat. Just such a good Pokemon. I love Klefki. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I really, really like using Klefki. Prankster Sub, it's just so good. Oh my god, Prankster's so good, guys. Unfortunately, that's pretty much all I can say about it. I mean, you can see how deep this move pool is right here. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't do a whole lot, but it does enough that it's an essential part of the team, especially with its typing. It fits very, very well. But up next, I have Pumped Up Kicks, my Hitmonlee, my most favorite of the Hitmons. Limber, Reckless, Unburned. All three are actually very good. Limber, you can't be paralyzed, which is phenomenal. Because, you know, if I know something's going to bring T-Wave, like a Klefki with Prankster, I can just hard switch into Hitmonlee, Limber. Oh, well, that's fine. I just got a free switch, you know. Obviously, I won't be doing that majority of the time. Maybe Reckless or Unburden will be the two I run the majority of the time because they're just better. But, you know, if you have 3 usable abilities, then you have a good ability pool. But yeah, Unburden, you can run things like Normal Gem and Fake Out. So first turn, switch in, Fake Out, that procs the Normal Gem, and since Normal Gem is out, that also procs the Unburden ability. So you double your speed, which will be looking something like this. Double that. You don't even need to do that. Really, if you're running Unburden, you're going to be going Adamant, because 273 doubled is still over 500, which nothing is going to be catching anyway. So yeah, Unburden, Fake Out, Normal Gem. It's pretty standard. I also don't even need to run Fake Out because Hitmonlee is a Rapid Spinner, so I could run Rapid Spin, Normal Gem. So if I'm on something I feel comfortable enough to spin against, then I'll also feel comfortable enough to proc my Normal Gem and get my speed boost, and then wreck shop with things like Close Combat, Knockoff, Poison Jab for Fairy types, that kind of stuff. But yeah, this will pretty much be the set you're going to be seeing. But 120 base attack, 110 special defense. 110 special defense is actually really good. Too bad it's only 50 HP, but 120 base attack. This thing's going to be hitting like a truck. I love Hitmonlee. Absolutely love Hitmonlee. Like I said, it's a favorite of my Hitmons. And I'm going to be bringing it. I'm calling it right now. This thing will be coming to at least 3 or 4 games this season. I love this Pokemon, and I'm looking forward to it putting in the finest of work. And next we have the Boom Burster, DJ Loud Noise. I could really just do this, and that would be the set. That would be the set, right? Like, just... And we're done. just do that, and we are done. Because, actually, this thing's probably modest. But, look at this, 309 on the special attack. That's not the best, but it's still phenomenal, okay? This thing's HP stat is huge. If I wanted to run max HP instead of max speed, I could do that as well. 412 on the HP is phenomenal. Boom Burst, 140 base power. Scrappy, I hit everything, including Ghost, Choice Specs. Oh my god, guys. 1.5 times 309. That's an incredible amount. That's over 450. That's over 450 special attack with a Choice Specs on here. 140 base power stab move. That's gonna kill everything. That'll at least 2-shot everything on my opponent's side of the field. The problem is the speed is only 68, but that's okay because if you remember, we have 3 Pokemon with Tailwind. We have 3 Pokemon with Tailwind and 1 that can pass speed boosts. This thing is a threat. This thing will kill everything. You're a male. You're gonna be a male. You just look like a male. If this was a female, I'd be really confused and I'd probably run for my life. But yeah, this thing is a massive threat. It kills everything. It just mollywops my opponent's entire team. I was very surprised that this thing was around. I think this was my second to last pick of the draft. It's so good. It's so good. I've hardly used Exploud, but I know this thing just... Because every time I go up against it, it just ruins me. It sweeps me almost every time. I can never prepare myself for Exploud. I always forget about Exploud, and then when I see it, I'm like, shit, that's it. I'm done. Exploud just killed me. So I'm looking forward to doing that to my opponents. Basically, is my process here with Exploud. Just Boom Burst. That's all you need. I was gonna talk about the rest of it, like, you know, if you want to run physical, you can run physical, but no, you just run Boom Burst. That's all you need to do. I mean, Fire Blast for coverage, you know, I mean, that's what we're doing. Where'd Boom Burst go? Stop it. Ice Beam. There That's it. But let's face it, the only move you're going to be running is this one right here. So, it's such a good... Oh my god, it's so good. Last but not least, we have Gordon Bombay, Anaheim, the Mighty Duck himself, Gold Duck, my homie from Gen 1, Gold Duck, so good. I'm going to sweep someone with Gold Duck, guys. I'm telling you, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Cloud 9 ability. There's quite a few Pokemon, or a couple of teams, that are running Weather. I know someone in my division is actually running Weather with Waffles. So, shout out Zeph. How you doing? So I can bring Cloud 9, get rid of the weather. I can bring Cloud 9 to get rid of the sand, the sun, the rain, whatever you guys want to bring. It's gone. Or, if you want to run rain, I'll just Swift Swim here. I'll just, hey, how's it going? Slap a Life Orb on this guy. All of a sudden, this 85 speed, 269. That's not even timid. Okay, so look at this. Swift Swim doubles the speed. I'll be at about 600 speed. If I have Rain Dance, which, guess who gets Rain Dance? Hey! Guess what's Prankster? Hey! So I could run Prankster Rain Dance, you know, with like a Damp Rock or whatever. Send Anaheim out there, just surprise my opponent. Of course, I'm going to be running things like Scald and Ice Beam, that kind of stuff. You know, we have the Ice Beam, maybe even Hydro Pump if I want to just wreck things to try and burn them. But, yeah, so Psy Shock and maybe what? Signal Beam or something? So yeah, something like that. Swift Swim, I probably wouldn't need that boost there anyway, so put it into special attack. 95 special attack is not bad. It's definitely nothing to sleep on, that's for sure. So 317 when it's maxed out completely. This thing will hit you hard. It'll hit you hard, especially if you're weak to one of its moves, which it has decent coverage. Signal Beam. Is there something better than Signal? There has to be something better than Signal Beam. Clear Smog wouldn't be bad. Actually, you know what? Clear Smog's pretty good. You know what? No, we're going for Focus Miss. I'm going to land a Focus Blast. I'm going to sweep someone with Focus Blast. Gold Duck. It's happening. You know, I lied. Mega Altaria is not my captain. This man is my captain. Alright, I'm changing your name right now. Shout out to all the Mighty Duck fans out there. I'm bringing Charlie Conway. Look at this. This man's going to triple deke. He's a score. It's going to happen. Watch out. If you see Charlie Conway coming through, you know you're screwed. It's over. Charlie Conway, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, but yeah, seriously though, I like Gold Duck. Swift Swim Cloud 9. I wanted something that could get rid of weather without setting weather for myself, because I didn't really have a team that I felt was really that great when I had the weather. So Cloud 9's great here. I also have Cloud 9 on regular Altaria before it Mega Evolves, so that's two options to get rid of weather, which is fine by me. Get that Waffles out of here. I don't want it. I don't want to deal with it. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. 11 Pokemon. We have our first battle coming up here pretty soon, just sometime this week when I can get to battling. We'll be going up against Glasswings, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, we'll be going up against Glasswings. It'll be a lot of fun. Expect Charlie Conway. No, don't expect Charlie Conway. I don't know what I'm saying. He's probably going to come to like maybe one game, but, you know, it'll be fun when he shows up. It'll be when after I clinch everything, so he'll just kind of show up then and decide to wreck house for me. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'll be back with some videos, maybe some team preps along the way, some battles definitely. So I'll catch you guys later, and I'm out.